Hello, we've got a little bit of a surprise for our viewers today. I'm Danny Heck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. We're going to do a bit of a recap on what's actually been happening with We Are All Satoshi and also Boomerang. Now, this is not the normal Boomerang, because when you throw this one away, it will not come back. What I'm actually trying to say is anyone that invests in Boomerang ain't going to get their money back. And we're going to explain why. So I've got a special guest here that ain't that special, but is very special to me. He's our mystery man. Let me give you a moment to guess who's in the background. We'll give him some clues. He's middle-aged. Or I've just told you he's male. Who do you think it is? Give us a clue, Rob.
It's me.
It's me. So welcome. Oh, wrong screen. Let's go podcast mode. There's no podcast. Where have you gone? There we go. We're back. And wow, look at you. Here. Look at you. All flashed up in a camera. You've even got a shirt on.
I've got an invisible tie on.
Oh, no. I've even wore a striped shirt, which I'm kind of regretting now. And you've got this name. You actually meant to be, you actually got an unusual name on your Zoom meeting there.
Have I? Oh, I bet.
So, Happy New Year and Merry Christmas.
Oh, hold on. Who should I call myself? I'll just call myself me. There we go. There.
Me. All right, that's good.
Yes. Happy New Year, Danny.
Thank you, Rob. Now, you rang me up half an hour ago and you said, I'm going live in 20 minutes. And I went, oh, cool. And you said, and I said, what, do you want me to go live with you? And you said yes. And now what has transformed here is we're now live on my YouTube channel. And that was not my idea. I was actually going to have an early night. So this better be good.
The only reason I made this silly suggestion was because there's so much to recap or update people on that I find absolutely fascinating. And also because my speech, I stutter, has been atrocious today. So I thought I need speaking practice. It's been atrocious. Atrocious.
I think that's all like. So between us, we make do because we are literally, I'm dyslexic and pronunciation is the problem that I struggle with. And I use voice recognition. So if I don't pronounce the words, like for example, if I'm trying to say entrepreneur, it comes up on the screen as ultra panel. It's not funny, Rob. I do laugh at you when you stutter. Sometimes I go, what's the matter, Rob? Yeah, on the phone the other day, I literally thought the phone was, it was faulty and I thought we was going in and out, but you were, if I could see you, I know you would have been going.
Mate, it was operator error.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. So we make do.
My end.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think there's been so many fascinating things happen, and this morning I had a look on the dashboard, and I just thought, wow, there's a lot of things that I'd be asking questions about if I had anything to do with waas or waas.
Yeah.
However they pronounce it.
Yep, same as me. I've backed off a little bit the last 3 or 4 days. We have actually got Susie Stealth in the chat room, and she said, yay! Hello to you both. So that's our first message. We've also got
Susie.
7 other people that have just dropped in here, and I think we've had up to 25 in the chat room lately. So, and we're actually streaming at the wrong time of the planet, where most people are probably in bed, because a lot of our viewers are American-based. So I'm hoping we'll attract more people. But there is a few rules in the chat room, and that is, there is none. Yeah, so if you've got any questions, feel free to ask us. We'll bring it in.
Brilliant.
Oh, it's good to see us drinking water instead of alcohol lately.
Hey, I was surprised that your glass of water didn't turn green or vanish.
Yeah. Oh, hold it. Oh, there it is. Oh, hold it.
Okay.
Not too bad. I'm not very green tonight. I've got my colours pretty good, and you've got your...
No, I'm quite impressed.
Yep. No, good stuff. So there's lots happening at the moment. I've been working a lot with other Ponzi schemes. Well, I haven't really. I've been going back. They're all linked together. I've been doing a lot of information about Rodney, Bitcoin Rodney, and that's been really exciting. And also we've had a lot of correspondence with the journalist Sarah Martin from the Guardian newspaper, and she's done 5 articles lately, and she's laid sort of a good foundation for doing more and more articles. And what she said to me was, there's no, like, the Guardian's been going since 1821. The New York Times has been going since 1851. And I said to her, oh, I've been in the New York Times. I said, oh, we're friends with the New York Times, which is quite ironic, but they're both old newspapers, but no big mainstream newspaper has really done many articles about hyperverse because they're all scared they're going to get sued. And I said, I'm freaking out too, I said to her. But that's why they don't do these articles. So just recently, we've managed to find Stephen Reese Lewis, a guy called Jack Gamble, who's got a YouTube channel, which he's invited me to be on the YouTube, be interviewed with him and go into one of his shows, probably at 4 o'clock in the morning my time, which I'm really looking forward to. And he used reversed lookup image software, which everyone uses, but he said to me, I actually paid the $30 to actually have a license to reverse image search somebody's face. And he managed to find the real Stephen Reese Lewis, which is fantastic. So now we've gone through that, and Sarah's got some information coming out hopefully soon about him as well, which I won't tell, but if it happens at 3 o'clock tonight, I'll tell you in the morning, but if it doesn't, I won't. But from that, we've also now got people giving us a lot of information about Ryan Jew that we haven't seen before. We've also had Bitcoin Rodney arrested and locked up, and he's currently in Maryland. What do they call it?
Maryland.
Maryland. I've never heard of Maryland. I thought it was mainland, but is it pronounced different?
It's a state.
It's a state. Well, there you go. So he's literally
on the East Coast.
Yeah, so literally he's been locked up, and now a lot of other YouTubers have picked up her article about it, and I received the court documents, and I did a stream about the court documents, and I actually saw those court documents being copied from my video and mixed into somebody else's video, which I was quite proud of. So if anyone wants to use any content of mine, feel free to do so. I don't mind. And if you want to interview myself about any of the stuff that we've been doing over the last couple of years, because right now I feel like it's all coming together. And funny enough, I've been speaking to the men in black, and I've been telling them, hey, we've figured out the money. We've got the whole money tree worked out of who's got the money, and we've literally proven that all these scams that I've been chasing for the last 2 years are all linked together financially. And we've also found that most of them, or I'm literally saying 85% of the scams that I've been busting are all operating out of one building in Dubai. So I'm telling the men in black that yesterday, and they said, oh, we've already done forensics on all that sort of stuff, and it doesn't really interest us. And I said, what about Stephen Reese Lewis? We know his real name. You know, the guy that helped $1.3 billion disappear? And they said, oh, yeah, but he's probably just a paid actor. And I said, but he's in Thailand. Don't you guys have some sort of connection with people in Thailand? Oh, I'm not really sure. And I said, okay then, so you just want some more information about American scammers and forget the rest of the world? Yes. So tomorrow morning or the next morning, I'm going to be doing the 10 most wanted. And I'm going to put together... Oh, no. Yeah, I know. I've basically been asking people to provide me who they feel is the 10 most wanted crypto Ponzi scheme multi-level marketing promoters. And I've already got 10. I've actually already got about 50. But I want to get to the top. I want it to be like the top 10 most wanted. And it will move. I'll have a thumbnail that I'll update, and the most notorious scammers. So it's going to be a bit of fun. So I'm going to do that tomorrow, but I'm going to do it live. I'm going to a couple of them I'm thinking of is Troy, Marcus, and David Chandler. I mean, I could do them as the Satoshi show and make that one person, and Bitcoin bosses, all those stuff that really freaks Rob out. That's quite good. So that's the goal.
I'll make sure I'm not on that one.
Yeah, but now we've got, yeah, I know. But now what we've got is we've got an opportunity here because so much has happened with We Are All Satoshi. They've tried putting people's email addresses across the screen so they can't rebroadcast the shows. They've changed it so they're not having Zoom meetings, they're doing webinars, which means people can't interact. So that's just like gaslighting people with information. Then they post the link to the Zoom meeting in the chat box, and everyone's got to know how to click on it and open up a Zoom meeting or cut and paste it out so they can go into that Zoom meeting afterwards. They're trying to stop Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, from rebroadcasting their meetings. Like, they deserve some privacy. I've even had my Zoom account removed because they've managed to report me to Zoom, and I've got 4 Zoom accounts, and my master one, which I pay for, shut down. Anyway, so I wrote to them and got talking to somebody, and it's taken 3 days and I still haven't received correspondence, but I keep writing back to them going, are you going to stop We Are Satoshi from using your services to promote these known Ponzi schemes? But as I'm talking too much, but what you wanted to do tonight, Rob, as you said, you wanted to keep this short and precise, and we've been going for 10 minutes so far. This is my introduction.
It's been a brilliant start so far, ladies and gentlemen.
Most people, I watched a video today from a big YouTuber that had like 147 viewers, and he did the whole video in 10 minutes, and I've just done the introduction in 10 minutes, but we're not that guy. So, Rob, you wanted to get together and you wanted to go through some of the things that have been happening in We Are All Satoshi / Boomerang.
Yeah, I just thought a great place to start would be the dashboard, and basically,
what dashboard for what?
Just lost. The We Are All Satoshi Bitcoincode .technology/dashboard.
Board. Hold up, board. How do you spell board? Oh, there it is. I'm doing the timestamps. Very important part of any meeting. At 11 minutes and 32 seconds, Rob said, Danny, bring up a shared window and let's look at the dashboard. Is that what you want me to do?
Pretty much.
All right, let's get into it. So we're going to share the screen here. This is where it all goes wrong, and all our setup goes AWOL. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Hey, be careful. There's going to be a good-looking guy.
Do we need to share the screen, or can you just actually stick us to one side?
Yeah, I've got it us, mate. If you look at this,
he's all good.
Now we have me sitting here. So where do you want me to go to the beta testing?
No, we want you to go to bitcoincode.technology/dashboard.
Oh, put it in the chat room, will you?
I can do that.
Hold it, got it.
Yeah, and hit on the COD 20 when it comes up.
Well, look at you, mate. You're all educated here.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, yeah, I've got Rowena Sly, Troy, yeah, I've got him, caught him. I know, isn't that cool? He's on that Al Green stuff. I'm just reading the comments. We're just, I haven't cleared my cache, and I haven't shut down all the other windows, and that's why it's taken a long time to load this. What is that? Who am I mimicking?
Yeah, mate. You wouldn't want to do a boomerang demonstration, would you?
Now what do I click on? Explorer.
The one next to it, COD 20.
The one with the big button that says COD 20, click here.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. How come this is public?
Be the one. Hey?
Doesn't the colour scheme look very much like Hyperfund when they first started?
I don't know. I wasn't around when it first started, but yeah, the purple looks familiar.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I want to draw people's attention to is obviously at the top they are mimicking Bitcoin. So there's 21 million total supply going to be mined at some stage. And that total market cap is basically the total supply.
You couldn't hear that, could you?
What's that?
You didn't hear my sound effect then?
No.
I know why, because you've got that stupid encapsulate sound thing switched on in your Zoom. Yeah. So any sound effects I do, you can't hear that, can you?
Brilliant.
That means I can take the piss out of you.
Oh, mate.
Hold it, there's an elephant in the room.
Mate.
Oh, this is great. All right. So, so 21,000 supply.
Yeah. So the total market cap is the total supply multiplied by the current BTCC price, which you'll see in the box underneath, which is 77.095.
Are you looking at my screen good now?
I am. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Is that bigger?
So I wouldn't say it's the elephant in the room, but the big thing is about 10 days ago, 15 days ago, whenever it was, that BTCC price, which basically has historically kept going up, was about $87, and it's dropped about $10
Yep.
in the last few days, and that must be a little bit of a concern because
Doesn't bother me
for
at
a
all,
few
Rob.
reasons.
Just saying.
Well, it doesn't. Yes, I should put a condition on that. Be a concern if you're invested in it and wanting to swap your money out because it's gone down. And it's quite interesting why it's gone down because
Can I just
my
have a second here to say something? I just want to make this is not plugged in to a real anything. This is literally in-house platform, game of Monopoly. So we're not, there's no, the value of anything that we're looking at here isn't on a platform which the public can't really manipulate it. Only members can manipulate what we're looking at here. Is that a good way of putting it?
Yeah, well, the price seems to be, from what I can understand, I got to think how this goes. The price seems to be equal to, or at least this is the way I thought it was explained, is that the price is equal to the cost of mining, which is $3 per day, multiplied by the number of days that it takes to mine a coin.
Hold it.
Now, there must be some other variable that comes into play here, because if the number of miners on the node kept on going up, then the price of the coin should keep going up. And historically it has. But recently, as we'll get to later, we actually see that this is reversed. And I don't know why, but I could hazard a guess. And one of the leaders today said that the reason why the BTCC price has gone down is that so many people are swapping BTCC coin for USDT, and that's driving the liquidity down, blah, blah, blah. But the liquidity in the liquidity pool seems to be staying the same as well. So coming back to what you said, Danny,
Yep.
is that yes, the price of this coin is not based on trading. It's not based, well, it doesn't seem to be based on trading like you'd see on a normal exchange, because it's not on an exchange.
Is it
Apparently
possible,
it's supposed to be on exchange in a month.
is it possible it's fudged? Don't know. I'd like to think it's fudged.
Yeah, it is quite interesting. In fact, it's actually gone down just in the last hour or so as well, and it seems to be keep on going down. So we won't dwell on this too much.
You know, we can do stuff, mate. Watch this. Okay, we go here. We go inspect, and let's have a look. And we'll go look. We'll look for that number. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, I've seen this done on these programs where they go into the back of the code and they change the figure, and then they tell you that you. I thought that would be a good idea, but that's going to take too long. You know, you can change the figures in the code in the background, and then we can make it any figure you want.
I did not know that.
So, if that was the case, why wouldn't more people be allowed to talk about this? And why did they give that big spiel about 2 days ago? Thank you for the website address, Susie Stealth, by the way. You are very helpful. She's banged it out when I couldn't figure out how to go to the places. She's better than...
she's good.
So why aren't people talking about this? Well, why aren't people allowed to talk about this? And is this a good thing, a bad thing? Is this just another day on the farm? You know, is this what we're really discussing, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it seems that, like there used to be an opportunity to raise questions like this and for all of these things to be discussed pre-Boomerang. But the moment Boomerangs came along, all this, this decrease in the price of coin has only happened since Boomerang came along, as far as I know. So there are a few other things here. If you go down to circulating supply, that's just, like the number of coin that has been mined, which is currently 717,600. Would that be right? That seems remarkably high.
Just another thing I'm thinking about too, which is quite weird. I'm just trying to bring that up a little bit so we get the whole screen. Is wouldn't this update in real time?
I don't know. There was a person who told me that it updates every day, but it does seem to update more than that. If you can, I'm not too sure what you're doing with that screen share there.
Yeah.
But if you can just scroll down or up,
I'm at the
whatever
very bottom. Is that where you want?
No.
Okay. Where we going?
Okay, so that circulating supply, 717. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I suppose that is right. So that's how many coins have been mined, 717,650. Volume over 24 hours. I don't even know what that would mean.
How do you? I'm just trying to connect my wallet.
Get out of there.
I don't want to see. I've just set my MetaMask up. I had like $350 in MetaMask and I lost my passwords. So I had to get Jim to help me set up a new MetaMask and transfer it over. But I don't know if I'm in trouble connecting my MetaMask to something I'm not associated with. But I'm just thought I'd do it now. But apparently it's not a bad thing. Susie said, when there is a UI, there's always a possibility that there is some funny business going on.
Yes, a UI, she means the user interface. I'll say that again. There was a stutter there. User interface.
Oh, that's what we started talking about, is your stutter and how you don't stutter when you're doing YouTube videos. It's only when you talk to me on the phone.
I did a video earlier tonight, and I was actually practicing saying busyness and business and busy. I was actually stuttering in my own room, which is crazy. I've actually literally never done that before, so that was bizarre. Oh my God, this is slow, Danny. What are you doing?
I'm trying to click on a button because I don't know if I should connect my wallet here or not, but I thought I would. So what is that? No, now I'm connected to my wallet. I'm like everyone else.
Oh my God. Anyway,
okay.
So
the other thing I do want to
know.
One thing I do want to mention: have you got notes with you? Because
I do.
Because one of the main points I was going to talk about, if I did have a chance, is the fact that they have sold 100 nodes, but only one of them seems to be working.
Yes, all right. So if you stay at the top, we won't miss anything.
Okay, good. All right. I'm all yours, Rob. Even though you don't want to do any more videos because you're sick to death of all this, I'm so glad that you've forced me to go live and you're going to get your message across through me. I'm like, just in case anyone gets sued.
I merely suggested it was a possibility. Yep. So the volume, I don't actually know what that means, $123,043. I can't even think what that would mean. Unless it's the amount that's been traded in BTCC in one day, but I would have thought would that be low? I'm not too sure. Anyway, the circulating marketing cap is the number of coins mined multiplied by the BTCC price, I'm assuming. And so far there's 3.41% of the total amount of coin that will be mined has been mined, and the next halving, amazing how people want to pronounce that.
I know.
Is 1,300 days away. But if you have a look at that graph next.
Hold it. Right, graph or graph?
Graph.
You've gone blurry, by the way. Touch your screen. Yep. There you go. Just don't go blurry on me, okay? I ain't got time for that shit. Jesus.
Okay, I'll hold my head up there. Okay, right, so that graph on the right-hand side where it says 77.095 USD, that's the price of BTCC. This graph never damn well changes. It's always the same. And you see it on the right-hand side of it, it peaks up, it spikes up, as if the price of BTCC is actually going up. It's going down.
Okay, so is this a stroke your ego graph?
I have no idea. So, I looked at that. I haven't paid too much attention to this over the past few weeks, but I have recently.
Yep.
I've never seen that graph change. So it just keeps on looking like the coin's going up even when it's going down. So that's that.
Yeah.
If you go down, it's just got the orange icon, BTCC, can be swapped for USDT, and the price of B fuel over there.
Hold on a minute. So let me get this right. I can swap my BCTC. Even though I've been doing I don't know, I seem to have gone crazy and done over 100 videos on We Are All Satoshi, so BCTC is claimed to be theirs, and we have proven that is their actual token, coin, or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, the name BTCC is a little bit misleading because there is actually a crypto exchange called BTCC.
Yeah, I thought that was the case. So that gives me credibility because I'm passing off somebody's name and my psychology, whatever. But when I do actually literally go to swap that into USDT, it doesn't mean I can take it out to my MetaMask. That's what they're talking about at the moment with the bridge broken. Is that what the problem is? So you can transfer it into one token to another token, but then you can't exit it. You can't do the Elvis.
Yeah, well, apparently there's various types of USDT depending on the exchange or the swap pool or whatever it is. I'm no expert on crypto. This is not financial advice, and we are not financial advisors.
I am. Don't invest with We Are Satoshi. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah, you can swap it for the BTC20 version of USDT, but then you've still got to get it out and you've got to get it over the bridge, but we'll get to that later.
Okay, so sorry about that. So I got carried away and opened up another tab. Let's go back. What do we do now, Rob?
I've never seen you do that before. So one of the interesting points
very
here,
rude, Rob. You've hurt my feeling.
You've got B fuel. You got B fuel there.
Yep.
Which you can purchase with USDT.
Let's try it, eh? I've got some.
Mate, well, you wouldn't want to, would you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've never, ever purchased anything on any of these platforms ever. Not even to have a snoop into the back end. I did set up a We Are All Satoshi. No, I think originally I set myself up a Hyperfund account, and then it said I couldn't do it unless I had a referral link. So I just kept going until I figured out somebody's username. It wasn't rocket science. It was... I see. So now I can buy... Isn't this crazy? They got this end of it going really well. So you can literally buy B fuel, and you click buy, and I've assumed that's going to go after my MetaMask that I've now... oh, look at that. They quite happily take my money by the look of it, but they don't give it back.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of money coming in, but not too much going out. But then, having said that, I've asked a few people whether or not that bridge is working all the time, and it seems to be that it has worked, but it's not.
Mate, I tell you what Carl Miller said the other day. He said the bridge is actually not broken. He said what actually happened is somebody managed to hack in and burn or mint a whole lot of NFTs, and then they sold them on the black market, and it caused the liquidity to drop significantly. And then he said, and I have my sneaky suspicion that Chavez went in there and purchased a whole lot of tokens or coins, whatever you call it, to prop the price back up.
Carl said this, or you think this?
No, it's what Carl said. And I was sitting here thinking, so I've got the video of him saying it, and I've actually put it on my YouTube shorts, and no one's ever...
Hey.
Have you not heard that?
No, I've never heard that before.
Oh, look, mate, you wet your pants, and we have to stop here and do this because this was actually this was actually like, are you really?
Are you sure that's what he said?
Yes, because remember, Carl is.
I bet you a bottle of sparkling wine.
Okay, hold it. So the claim is that Carl said that they got hacked. Somebody minted a whole lot of NFTs, an individual or a company, sold them on the black market cheap, and forced the price of BTC down. And that's a bottle of bubbles. Did everyone else hear that? Did we hear a bottle of bubbles?
No, well, that's not the whole claim, though, is it? You know, like the rest of the claim about Chavez, I don't think he would have said that.
No, Chavez didn't. Carl said it. Don't make me...
but you said he suggested it was Chavez who did it or something.
No, Chavez bought more tokens or coins to get it back on track. That's what he
Okay.
insinuated. Let's see where it is. Where did he say that? I don't think we go that far back.
Yeah, apparently it was, like allegedly hacked, and they mined NFTs. They stuck them on the market, and they were trying to sell them on the market and take the money out across the bridge, and that's why the bridge shut. That's my understanding.
Oh, well, we'll find out in a second. So we listen. It's a wee bit slow, kids, because we're doing zooming and interwebbing at the same time, but we'll get there. So I think I've got these. Oh, I think I'm doing this back. Hold it. We're going to get there. Oops, things are happening. I'll just have to empty my cache because we're going to do some boomeranging. Make sure I don't have my hairdryer on.
That is really slow, isn't it?
Oh, it's Zoom. Zoom just hogs main resources. Yeah.
Maybe then
Here we go.
you can just mention regarding the bridge. I know that Shares has been, telling
Why this
us
plan? I'm
that
just going to get a glass of water.
they're working on it. Can you just go through that again? Because it's a concern for people.
Yeah, that's been the biggest thing. Even the testers have been asking, how do we build credibility with the people outside if we can't even build credibility within ourselves? And
Stevens.
I'll be blunt, people. The bridge is working. The situation is, I know what the cause of the problem is, and that is the person or persons that maliciously and inappropriately implemented a crash.
It'll come back in a sec, that noise.
And tried to get several $100,000 worth of liquidity out of the system.
Can you just repeat that, please,
Yeah,
Carl?
I'm
you
interested
froze.
in that.
Just repeat that.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's not me, that's me.
You can just mention regarding the bridge. I know that Shares has been, telling us that they're working on it. Can you just go through that again? Because it's a concern for people.
Yeah, that's been the biggest thing. Even the testers have been asking, how do we build credibility with
Have we heard this already?
Outside if we can't even build credibility within ourselves? And
Stevens.
I'll be blunt, people. The bridge
Okay, hold
is
it.
working.
We're just going to do the second one. There's three of them.
Okay. We know that the cause to the bridge issues were a person or persons unknown, because it's all decentralized, minting maliciously a massive amount of NFTs and selling them cheap on the platform, and then trying to get several $100,000 worth of liquidity out of the platform. Now, you will have noticed the price has dropped on our coin in the last couple of days. Well, that's
Go on, George, click that
pretty
button.
obvious that people are selling their BTCC, putting BTCC.
Is this part of the exit strategy? God, this is desperate measures, isn't it?
Who was
Sorry.
to buy
Shout, Danny.
subscriptions, because that's how swap pools work. Kate touched on it in the presentation about
But I thought you had like millions of dollars. So what's the story? Shut up, Danny.
Okay. We know that the cause to the bridge issues.
Okay, and the last one. Here we go. I'll be interested to know your thoughts on this.
And there's a difference in value. Boomerang is going to leverage that and make.
Oh, so you're using shut up, Boomerang to trade yourself.
About a bit over a week ago.
Theoretically, they had $660 million they burnt through in 4 months. So they told us.
Announced Boomerang, and then the price recovered. Now I have a suspicion as to why it recovered.
Go on, George, click that button. You know you want to.
The swap pool, but
I know what a load of rubbish.
Suspicion. So we might ask him later when he comes in how much he increased his share of the swap pool. Now,
so unreal. So that's enough. But what I'm getting at there, Rob, is, I mean, that is quite a bold statement, and for that to be said by the chief officer of Boomerang, to actually say something like that, that's altered the price of the coin, and never has it been uttered in any meeting I've heard this week.
Yeah, well, all that actually, okay, on one hand, it seems to make sense, okay? So, like if a person hacked the system, well, the integrity of the system is in question, isn't it?
Yep.
And people are putting all of their money in there, so they need to have absolute faith in that. If it was hacked and people got all of those miners, they're selling them on the miners market, how did that have anything to do with the liquidity? Because that's selling a miner. They're not selling BTCC. And that liquid, pardon me.
Wow, Donald Duck come out then, Rob. Hey, I'm going to send you the link to the chat room.
Liquidity pool is where people sell BTCC.
Get a glass of water, Rob. You sound like Donald Duck, just saying quack, quack. Let's make some quacking noises. Oh, it's an elephant. Sorry. You right there, Rob? Yeah. You sure that's just orange juice you're drinking?
Right. My point is...
Yep, listening, Rob. Full attention.
Is that if they're selling miners, they're selling the miners not in the liquidity pool, Danny.
Okay.
They only sell the coin in the liquidity pool. So you could sell as many miners as you like. I have no idea how that's going to impact the liquidity pool. So if anybody knows how that works, then feel free to stick it in the chat box.
I've just put the chat box. Have you got the chat box open on your computer? Because I just sent it through to you on iMessage. The other thing that Susie Stealth just said, which seems to be our only regular in here at the moment, the other guys are shy, is that We Are All Satoshi.ai is offline.
Yeah. So there's like so many things that are going on. And of course, is that the same? No, it was this dashboard that was offline for basically a whole day. And they're saying that they did maintenance on it, but they didn't tell anybody until afterwards. But he said that's why the price of the coin went down. Why would selling an NFT have anything to do with the price of the coins? Like, they aren't related as far as I know.
And why would I'm going to make a lot of fun here. Why would producing something and then selling it at a cheap rate on a different platform? You minting coins doesn't cost money, right? Well, mint these tokens, does that bring the price down? And then they sold them. No.
Well, if they were minting coins and selling coins, then that would bring the coin price down. But then we're assuming that this is a proper exchange. We haven't heard that it's a proper exchange, because basically this coin just keeps going up, even though there's not a hell of a lot of people that are going in and buying it. Most of the people seem to be going in and selling it.
What about the big elephant in the room, mate? Like, who the hell bought these half price friggin' NFTs? And what market did they sell on? And wouldn't you see a purchase history?
We'll get to that soon.
Oh, they did do it then.
Yes. All right. Okay, right. So if you go back to the dashboard.
Yep.
Okay, so we've basically covered everything there, except on the third box across, you'll see the last one down is mining nodes 1. And that's really interesting, because there seems to be, unless I misunderstand what that means, that basically means that there's only one node that is controlling the entire blockchain.
Oh, no, Rob, you've got that wrong, because they've actually sold 100 of them.
No, I'm talking about in there.
Rob, they said that they sold 100 of them, and they sold them for $27,000 each. And a lot of people bought them. Let me finish. A lot of people bought them because they were going to get 182% profit from having a node. But no one seems to be complaining that they can't get their node working.
Yeah, well, there are a few people that have had some issues that nodes aren't working how they're supposed to. But where are those nodes, and why don't those nodes appear on the dashboard there?
Who nodes?
So if they're not working there as a node, where are they working?
Who nodes?
Who knowed? Now, if you go to that graph below that where it says BTCC total market cap, you'll see that that's trending down.
Yep.
And that's the price of the coin. So that bottom of it is actually zero. So that's a proper graph. So that's trending down. It's lost about 10% roughly.
Yep.
An interesting thing here is that there's so many projects on the go and they're all supposedly high tech. But Danny, can you go and click on the drop down menu where it says last month?
Yep.
All right. And can you change it onto any of those others?
Okay. Let me guess. The graph stays the same. Is this? I think I know what your point is. The graph stays the same because this is a WordPress website made from India.
Well, no, I'm not suggesting any of that at all.
Did you see my video this morning? And I found the theme that the people were using to create their website.
Yes, well, stay focused, Danny.
Okay.
So here's where it gets really interesting, because obviously a lot of these people are quite knowledgeable, but why have they created a website where that graph above stays exactly the same no matter what?
Does that do your head in?
The drop down menu on this doesn't work.
Yep, let's do it again, just in case I click the wrong button.
No, it won't work. You know, like it is what it
so
is.
that would explain that would explain that graph up the top there doing the same thing. These are just graphs.
No, the graph at the top is wrong. The graph at the bottom in the green is right. It just won't change.
Right. I see. Hey, so so this is actually it's because what excuse do you think they'd use if you actually got a chance to ask the question here?
Well, I have no idea. Like that drop down menu, as far as I know, has never worked, and it's just one of those things where you think, hey, it seems to be a nice UI, but it's not working, or it's slightly misleading. So,
do you want me to ring up the chief officer? I've got his phone number, and we could ring him up and ask him why the graph doesn't work.
No, we won't do that. But just for people who aren't too sure here, that BTCC total market cap is actually the price of the coin multiplied by the number of coins.
You've really studied this. This is just a game, don't you? This is you. I bet you won when you were a kid. Did you win Monopoly?
It's like, you know, like looking over someone's shoulder when they're playing a chess game and trying to work out why they did that, isn't it?
Yeah, I was in China, and they have these elderly gentlemen in the parks, and they play this game on the board, and I don't know how it works, but they're all literally got 20 people all standing around looking at some Chinese guy that's had his hand on the next move for the last 20 minutes, and he made that move, and I think I got this, and I sort of joined in because there was about 8 different groups, and it was like, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this thing, and I was trying to get excited about this game, and Danny just switched off. But I assume that when you were a kid, you got into... What's the other game we used to play? Is it Cluedo? What was the one where you spun the top and you had the wee cars and Holiday something? All those games. Did you like those games too?
Oh, no, I don't think I had those.
Was it Cluedo?
When I was a kid. I do find watching this actually quite intriguing because it's very hard to work out where it's going.
Yeah, I think I know where it's going.
The graph on the right there, the hash power.
Yep.
If you take the 3 zeros off of the hash power there, you'll see that there's 221,397 miners.
Yep.
And that line across the top.
Actually, we could work that out, couldn't we? Because how many miners does each person have? Because we've found 11,000 wallets, and half of them are empty. We only got through half of them and realised they were empty. I believe, personally myself, I reckon 1,500 people may be invested in this. That's what I'm guessing. They claim 100,000 people, but it doesn't add up.
And interestingly, I think I saw today that on the Telegram group, that there's 4,500 people on it only.
But that might sound like a lot to people who are listening, but when you go into other...
I'm wrong. There are 7,864, but as you were saying, there's only 11,000 wallets. and there's supposedly 221,397 miners. So there's around about 18 to 19 miners per person. And when you think about it, anybody who had any balance in their original We Are All Satoshi account got a free miner.
Yep.
If you signed up for GameStop memes, you got a free miner.
Boom.
If you bought a Boomerang package, you get a free miner.
Yep.
They have given miners away. Miners are the We Are All Satoshi version of a lolly scramble. I'll say that again, lolly scramble.
Yep.
Because they basically tried to give away as many as they can, because the more that they give away and the more that are connected onto the node, it's supposed to take the price of the coin higher. So the fact that that coin's dropped by 10%, but the number of miners connected to the node has increased, is a little bit odd. And I don't know, there could be a logical explanation for it, but I haven't heard one.
We're going to have just before you get on your next thing, I'd like to have well, you keep talking, because I'd like to have a wee bit of a laugh about the judge. Because does everyone know about Gracie Baby, the judge? She's actually a disgraced judge, and she had 1,700 cases stripped from her because she wasn't doing it right. And she also got a public reprimand. It's all over the papers. It was even on Eyewitness News. But I think it was Susie Stealth. You'll be proud of me, Susie, who's in the chat room right now. But I actually it's only had 26 views. It's disgusting. But I put this clip, a minute-long clip of a suggestion that Gracie had that people could do with their children. And I think most people will enjoy this. Not that, Rob.
What?
But this is what she reckons you should do to make use of your children. So enjoy. It's sideways. You'll just have to listen to it.
Let us know. Reach out to your upline. If you want any of our trainers to jump on beta test account. So then it's like it's already there. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. See you all tomorrow.
Here she goes.
Thank you so much, Chavez. That imagery of legitimate and profitable child labor brings such a smile on a lot of mothers and fathers' faces. Okay? Put your child to work. You think he's playing a game. He's playing one of these games and he's making money for you. I love that. Put your child to work for his keeps. That is great. Thank you so much. And no matter what small size your group, it can be 5 people. Go ahead and use these trainers. We are ready.
Okay. Let us know.
Yeah, so
reach
that was
out
kind
to
of
your
funny,
upline.
really. But anyway,
If you want me,
so she was
you want
insinuating
any of
that people should put their children to work to do the boomerang stuff. But anyway, you carry on, Rob. Just want to have a wee commercial break there of some of the shorts that we've got there.
Okay, so
I think Susie's fallen asleep on us. Anyway, Carol, I'm listening. Yep.
the other main, interesting point, if you go back, get off this boomerang crap.
Oh, but boomerang's so cool, man. It's arbitrage training. Training.
Go down to market on the left-hand side.
Oh, they've got other tabs here. This is the first time I've actually been here and had a decent look. You've lived in here, haven't you? You're a troll.
No, I had a pretty good look around.
Yep.
Now I'm about to show you something I think really interesting.
All right.
Okay. All right. If you haven't switched on for anything so far, check this out. Okay. So click new releases.
Okay. New releases. Looking for that. Price. New releases.
Right next to open market.
Oh, I see. They make it easy, don't they? I'm one of those people. I need training.
Yep. So I'm assuming new releases are the miners, the NFT miners that have been put onto the market reasonably recently. Now, I know this isn't totally recently because I had a look earlier today, I think this morning.
Yeah.
At least 12 hours ago. And when it loads, you're going to see something really interesting, something like 0.2.
I'm doing a
Man, that is slow.
Well, that's not me only. I think it's them as well. Oh, okay.
So right there. Right there. Now, can you work out what you're looking at?
I'm trying to do a timestamp. 1 minute, 49. 1 minute 49. No, I have no idea. I don't even go in here. I'm not like but what I'm looking at is, I presume these are miners. And
the NFT miners for sale on the market.
Oh my God. Are you saying that you can buy them? Oh, so that's $15?
Chavez sells them for $50. They were complaining that somebody hacked the site, created a lot of NFT miners and was selling them well below price on the market. Those miners have been up there. I don't know how long they've been up there, but I saw them this morning, so several hours ago, for 0.2 Bitcoin, which is the equivalent of $15. No one's buying them. And you can see that there is 100x miners as well for that same 0.2. And then, obviously you're having a look at others, which are priced a hell of a lot more.
But if they hacked it, they could have just hacked in and done one type of miner. And obviously the one that's selling here, what looks like for $188, would have been the Xeon miners. Is that right?
Well, yeah. If you have a look, there are miners on there for sale.
No way. Sorry.
You got to remember that's 100x one.
Yep.
Okay, so if you divide that 19.95 by 100, you will get 0.1995.
Yep.
So that too is the equivalent of $15 a miner. Whereas if you buy them off of We Are All Satoshi, they're 50. But people aren't buying them.
But if you buy a Boomerang package, going back to Boomerang, you get a free one. But you just need to spend $10,000.
You will get a free one. But I think one of the big things is that I don't actually know whether it's even worthwhile having a miner connected to the node now. Because this morning I was hearing a guy who's been on We Are All Satoshi for quite some time saying that he's actually moving his miners around. I didn't really understand what he was saying or what his strategy was. But
I keep screaming that she's promoting child labour, and that Fiona Brown lady has a picture on her FB of kids stating boomer.
Okay, sorry, I was just reading the comment because you're not reading them.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's moving his miners around. Do you think he thinks the miners are real?
It costs more to mine the coin than it does to go and just purchase it out of the swap market.
Do you think we should go and grab some and make a killing?
No, but I'm just saying that if you were in here thinking that you were going to mine your way to wealth, you're probably paying more to harvest than you could actually sell the coin for, particularly right at the moment because the coin's gone down. But like ages ago, Chavez was making a big point. Well, it doesn't really matter because the coin will keep going up. But of course, now what we're seeing is, well, that's not happening. And of course, there hasn't been any explanation, why that is. Some people were speculating that people were selling BTCC to fund purchasing their Boomerang license. Yeah. Other people are speculating that people are selling, trying to swap out their BTCC for USDT in anticipation of being able to take it off the bridge. And of course, about that bridge, there was that call, what was it, about a week ago, where there was that guy that you had on your meeting who had asked Chavez if he puts money into the platform, can he take his money out? I didn't totally understand what he was saying, but the short answer is that in some situations, no, you can't take your money out. The other thing, no, I won't mention that because we'll get onto the vault later. But yeah, so if you wanted to buy a cheap miner, you can get one there for 0.2 of a coin.
Yep. That's amazing, though. So it's cool. So basically what you're getting is, so are these the cheap miners that have been flooded that Carl could have been talking about?
No, because all of those ones that were hacked and minted, all of those would have gone, because if you have a look on there, you know, like on there is a number, okay, so the hash number is 56182 hash 56181, etc. If you have a look at the hash power on the dashboard, it says that there's 220,000 miners. So there would be very unlikely that those are modern miners. In fact, well, that'd be an interesting one. Have a look. If you scroll up that page.
Well, I'm just trying to change them. The filtering doesn't work. So if I go token ID.
It's crap. Yeah.
So they just obviously didn't get the right theme for their website. I mean, that's crap.
I don't think it's to do with the theme. The functionality just hasn't been hooked up, has it? Because it won't sort.
Oh, somebody's going to lose their job. I mean, this is stupid. This has to sort. This is financial. This is a bank, theoretically. And when they talk about open market, what isn't there meant to be something in there as well then?
I think all of this is open market, but I'm assuming here. I'm assuming that when you clicked on new releases, you were actually looking at things in the open market, but the ones that had gone on more recently.
Right. We've had we have had up to 10, 11 people. We're back to 7. So we must be very exciting here. So if you could start taking some of your clothes off, Rob, we'll get some more excitement in the room.
Well, I think this is one of those things where the technicalities are the big thing, particularly if you're putting money in. But a lot of people, they just don't understand it.
No, it's incredible. All right, so what are we looking at now, mate? Let's get into this. Let's rock and roll.
So that's essentially the end of that. That's all I had on there. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Like a few weeks ago, like to have a miner was like a big deal, and now they're handing them away for nothing. They're trying to sell them for $15, which is
ludicrous, isn't it?
Basically below a third of what they cost, and people still aren't snapping them up. So, how...
Oh, they're dying, mate.
Is it worth having a miner?
They had like 70 people in their Zoom meetings today because they, and then yesterday as well. So, I mean, and they're meant to have 100,000 people that are behind this. So I'm in the...
and I think compared to previous meetings where they were averaging about 350, and now... In fact, I don't even think you can tell how many people are on a webinar at all, can you?
No, I've been trying. Just the BTC code, the Bitcoin code BTCC Telegram group, is that them? That's not them passing off somebody else's name, is it? That's all to do with We Are...
Who would know?
Because I've just got it on the screen there at the moment, and I'm just looking at all these... It says it's got 25,000 subscribers. But if you go to any other, any other group that's pushing a Ponzi scheme, looking at mine, like Jason Michaels, some Nigerian scammer guy, and he'll have, I've lost him now, but he'll have like a whole ton of, where is he? Jason Michaels. So he's got 53. Oh, maybe they have really got these. But what I'm getting at is a lot of these Telegram groups you go into, like We Are All Satoshi, nearly 8,000 subscribers, and it doesn't tell you how many people are online at the moment. So I don't necessarily, like Vend, for example, 5,946 subscribers. I'm using like for likes here, but Vend is the dregs of Sam Lee trying to start it up again. Hyperverse Victims, a Napoleon group, which I'm part of, which I know the people are real, 824 people. And then you go off to, I've got lots of them, I don't want to get too off track, but most of the groups that I frequent and have a look at have high numbers. So let's go to VidiLook, 11,000 people. Scammer Payback, that's him directly. But I wouldn't...
I think that if there were 100,000 people, which has been suggested, you would see higher numbers. But like it is really hard to fathom what's going on because, if you have a look at today was a classic example where they were sharing a Zoom link in the webinars to go to the Q&A. There are people that have told people in previous days that you can't copy that Zoom link.
Yeah.
And that didn't seem to bother them. And you think, well, why wouldn't you just go and stick it into your Telegram group so that people can actually click on it without, there must have been a lot of people that were on the webinar who, the webinar ended and they hadn't clicked that Zoom link to go into the Q&A, and that was it. And judging by the numbers, which are about 50 to 70 on one that I saw, obviously a lot of people missed out.
Yeah, and just for people that are curious, I know this is a wee bit off topic, but let's go to, what do I got here? A screenshot I can use. Don't know who that is. But anyway, there's just a typical screenshot I've done. And what I've done is if I right click on that screenshot, it's gone. I can normally just, once you've screenshotted something, if you're a Mac user, let's have a look. I'll go right click on this. So what I do is I right click on the file that's now on my desktop. I'm no good at this, Rob. I don't even know why I tried to. I just opened it up as a movie. But let's right click on it. Let's go through this painful process, and you open it in preview. So now preview is going to open up on my computer, and you'll see that in a second one day. There it is. So now preview has that there. And if I go in there and click on it once, just so the mouse knows where I am, then you can highlight it like this, and then eventually it will turn into a wee cursor thingy. And it just won't do it right now. But there it is. See, I highlight the text, and there I go. And that's how, because I use all that stuff, and now I can right click on that and go copy the text, and voila. So it just takes a bit of a fluffing around.
I think I'm reasonably tech savvy, and I had no idea how to copy that. Yeah, other than a screenshot. I didn't know you could do what you suggest. Yeah. And those people in that room certainly weren't told that, but why not just actually stick it on their Telegram group? Yeah,
but you can't, Rob, because the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger is trying to tell everyone that we're running a scam. And if he sees our address that we change every day, because they're trying to outsmart me, mate. And
I don't actually know why they're trying to do that, because they must be like you would imagine, if you're happy with what you're doing and you want more and more people on, that all publicity is bloody good publicity.
Well, they have actually literally thanked me for publicizing what they're doing and creating awareness.
I heard that. So
I don't think they really mean it though, Rob.
Well, it sounded quite genuine when I heard it.
So I'm
thinking, well, why say that one day and then, the next day you're trying to, do this.
I did a Yvonne Henry on it though. I went, oh, thanks guys. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much. I'm getting a bit teary-eyed. I knew what I was getting into when I started broadcasting these meetings. Okay, Rob.
Yeah,
I'm going to do Yvonne Henry for the rest of the night.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Yvonne, do you remember when Xavier suggested that there was going to be phone support that people could ring up weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago?
I'd love to give Yvonne a ring. I could ring her right now.
Don't ring Yvonne. But there was supposed to be phone support, and as far as I know, that hasn't happened. But instead, anybody's got a problem, get a ticket.
I know. So funny. And empty your case.
So frustrating.
In the chat box, which is in your iMessage, I'm now going to attempt to read Susie's message. She's demanded that I do so. Okay, here we go. My computer is overloaded trying to read it. In a minute, a box will pop up and words will start coming, and you'll probably start speaking at the same time. Where we go next? As soon as you hear a noise, stop talking.
I think you need a new computer. I'll read it. Breaking news from the WAS channel. the domain migration in progress, elevating your online experience. We appreciate your patience as we enhance our platform. Stay tuned for the unveiling of our upgraded website on the new domain. Is that domain?
Hold it a minute.
On the new domain?
No. They're so fucking cunning. Excuse my French for saying fuck. But that means that they've had their domain stopped. So what we need now is Bob. Where's Bob when you need him? To go do a search on the domain name. Because things are really starting to happen. And I reckon these men in black are literally going to be taking these guys out one at a time. Because they have authority on those domains, don't they? Where would a .ai domain name live?
No idea. Alienville. But
yeah.
I'm assuming it's an American-based one.
No, here it is, Rob. I found it. Are you ready? Are you looking at the screen?
I am looking at the screen.
We Are All Satoshi is back online, and it's been taken over by the Russians. If you're looking at the domain name...
It's the Russian website.
I know, but it's them really, isn't it? It's all ran by the Russians. But let's come down here a little bit, and let's have a look at...
Oh, there's Boomerang.
Oh, yeah, but no, it's not. It's weareallsatoshi.ru.
Is it?
Where have you been, mate?
Too.
Yeah, and this is what's actually happened. The Russians, the aliens have come and abducted all the people. Chavez is now learning to speak Russian. And Ivan is going to be talking in a big Russian accent, and you'll have a really good accent now. So here they are, and if you come into the videos, you can watch all the videos in Russia. In Russian, Mother Earth. You can listen to Mother. Here they are. See? We Are All Satoshi. So the whole company have upgraded their website, and it's now owned by the Russians. And what's the Russian's name? Butovix. And he's running this. He's got Boomerang at the top. He's running this from his yacht. See, look, there it is. Isn't that great?
In the middle of the Baltic.
Yeah, he's from the Baltic Sea in his yacht, and there's all the stuff. Now, Robbie, would you like... See, this guy here with the T-shirt on, he is actually in their Zoom meetings with that logo, and they let him rebroadcast their meetings. But they don't let me rebroadcast their meetings. So why do they let some Russian guy broadcast their meetings to Russia?
Hazard a guess.
Are they? What was that?
I would hazard a guess.
Yeah. So there's something fishy going on here. But let's just have a wee listen to our friend here.
You're not getting many views.
I get more views than We Are All Satoshi official, which is probably offline at the moment. Have we listen? 24 views 13 days ago. That's worse than yours.
Are
you ready? Here
I gave up.
Okay, it's coming.
It almost feels unfair, right? Imagine going into a casino, sitting in front of the
some of them are translated.
The thing is going to fall on 35.
He's got his icon at the top.
35. Just put him on 35.
He's forgot to do hide self-view. So when you go in and you're looking through the...
okay.
Yeah, because that's why I always turn off self-view if anyone's trying to be a hacker like me, because you can see who the member is, and then they just go through and find him and kick him out. And he streams some of this sometimes too. Yeah.
Oh, just trying to work out what that comment was that Susie said about Pabadas.
Oh, yeah, she's onto it. Susie's actually really clued up. I'm a bit impressed because she's an Avenger. Most of us are a little bit special, but she's really up to it. Hey, we've got 11 people in the room, so we're getting back in order, Rob. We're making it more exciting. It was, ever since I brought Chavez on, everyone turned up.
Yeah, well... Yeah, like it would be interesting to have an interview with Chavez, who Grace actually referred to as the person who only has one name today. But yeah, like so all of the promises over the time, which Pascal did call him up on once in a meeting, but like where is the phone support? Where is the opportunity for everybody who's got an issue, like to ask the questions? Like the bridge was supposed to be open on the 7th, then the 8th, and now it's about 2 to 4 days away, and apparently it's going to be open source. I have no idea what that means. What does that mean, Danny?
Open source?
Yeah, well, the bridge is going to be open source. So what does that mean? Does that mean that it would allow any currency?
I wish I could remember the conversation we had on the phone at lunchtime. Remember, it's I won't tell you what time it is now, but I was talking about how the bridge is actually open to Rob because they opened it on the 16th of December, 100% sure it was going to be open and stay open, but it didn't. It disappeared again.
Oh, that's right.
So the bridge seems to be more like a submarine, doesn't it? It's like if the submarine's down and you walk off the bridge, you fall in the water. But when the submarine's up...
So, like there's the bridge. The bridge was supposed to have been audited. And yet I don't think the audit's been seen.
You don't need to show people
audited.
You don't need to show people the results of an audit. You just need to tell them you're doing one.
Well, I thought that when the vault was audited.
Oh, now we're getting into the good stuff.
It's going to be shown.
Are you going to talk about the vault?
See that? Well, I am because we're actually coming down. But remember that guy who asked about the bridge and he got cut off.
Yep.
And a lot of people get cut off lately.
I haven't for a long time.
On the Zoom meetings, which has gone to webinar, so you don't know how many people are on, but you know that is obviously their choice. You can ask questions anonymously, although that gets closed sometimes. And of course, not all the questions get answered anyway, and a lot of people get kicked by the looks of it. Like they're starting late, and
why don't they just pre-record
the other day? And
why don't they pre-record the webinar?
Totally agree with you. You could pre-record it and stick it straight onto YouTube, and you'd have no problems at all. And then everybody would be hunky-dory, except you still wouldn't have that opportunity for people to go on the Q&A and actually get their problems answered. But if you had proper support, you should be able to get your problems fixed with the support. But it seems the support's not really offering much support. In fact, I heard today that the people who operate at the support aren't tech people. And their job is just to
smile and nod.
Take the information and pass it on. I think it was Carl who said that. But it's all very tightly managed and orchestrated now. It's very controlled, and it's all about Boomerang.
I think I've got my share in that, though. I do believe it's just them trying to get people to believe they actually have something that's real. And I don't deny that obviously people can use this flash loan money and actually get money back into their MetaMask. And just to go on a little bit, you pay $10,000 into a platform. They give you some play money, $50,000 worth of flash loan, where you can potentially make anything from $500 to $700. So for your $10,000 investment, you can actually get up to $700, let's be generous, worth of money back. And then you have to wait until the 1st of March until you get to use the platform after the beta testing. So that alone is just that's shocking. And then people,
I couldn't work out here. Like, if you bought if you bought any license, why are they giving you a very small percentage of play money, to play with? Why are you not getting your 300x straight away?
That you could potentially just risk at your own liberty if you were uncertain that it was stable enough to use. Would that be a fair comment?
Yeah. Like, I can't understand why they're only giving people a small amount of money to play with. When they could just hand them, like the amount of money, and that's all. And the other thing is that there's a big push to get those people in early because it's 300x the first time. And originally, just that's all I'd heard, 300x. And I thought that meant like 300 times your money profit, but obviously it's not. It's a 300x flash loan. But then they introduced, about a week ago or maybe two, I don't know, that it's only 300x for your first license. Every subsequent license is only 200x.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
right.
that's a massive drop.
So
and Chavez the other day was suggesting that if you're spending, if you're arbitraging with a fair amount of money, like $1,000 or more, that's not optimal because you should be going for less money to get a higher return. But of course, that's not valuing anybody's time.
I don't think people. This is what I call the milk money Ponzi scheme. It's not a Ponzi scheme because theoretically you're buying a license to use a product, and they'll love that. And then you obviously can make money out of it if you want to work like a beaver and you've got a fast internet connection and you've got everything shut down. But the reality of it, you're just making your milk money. You know, it's $1.25 seems to be the average return on $100 or $200 or $300 or $500. And one thing I looked at the other day is there was no top trades that were over $2,500. And now at a glance over here, I can see that somebody's, I don't know if that's 200 and the decimal points mean nothing, but theoretically there's a top trade now there of 200,000. So where did that?
No, well, hold on. That's not 200,000.
Is that $200 and funny zeros?
I think that's $200 because it's got 4 zeros after the decimal point.
So you reckon that's $200?
I think that's $200, and I don't even know what that. Oh, that's actually.
But then you've got $4.
So.
And this is, remember this box, like you love those boxes that we were showing before. This is the top trades. So the number one top trade is $200 or $200,000 flash loan. But the second one is $4 or $4,000. And why is $100,000 down here? Why aren't these in order?
Well, it makes no sense.
Oh, hold it.
And of course, that's.
Is it because the profit percentage is where is that where they've got that graph from? That's what I'm missing. So out of all the trades, the biggest one, which we've seen, haven't we seen Joe Skite, that he got one that was like a profit of something ridiculous? He said he saw somebody, I don't believe what Joe says.
It was like 900% or something.
That's right. So why isn't that in here?
Well, who would know? Who would know?
The Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger knows it all.
Yeah, like if you scroll down.
That's as far as it goes.
No, if you scroll down onto that graph underneath.
Yep.
Yeah, so that there is transactions from the platform versus transaction from the user. So so I'm assuming those people that have got licenses and have got basically the play money are actually trading now. So how come that peak hasn't gone higher than that?
Because it's a scam. It's smoke and mirrors, Rob. How many times do I have to tell you this isn't real? Come on, mate.
Yeah,
Wake
but
up,
you have
mate.
to assume it's real. And what's today? So today is the 11th. So it'll be the 10th over there. Hardly anybody has used that in the last 24 hours.
Transactions on platform 131. Have you noticed that all the trainers have all got like 18 or 35, I think is the most I've seen. Maybe, what's his name? Pascal, I think he's got 200. Well, I heard him say it, but I didn't see it. So why are all these trainers that loving this and it's the best thing since sliced bread only done 20 or 25 transactions?
Yeah, because you would think if you were in that training stage that you would have ripped into it and been on it all the time and, you know, like be experimenting, you know, like to see what you could do or whatever. Like I'm assuming all of these trades in the beta test are actually on the exchanges, aren't they? You know, like they're not off the exchanges.
Yeah, I've just downloaded that database and it's given me the number of the transactions from. So I reckon if he worked out all this, it wouldn't make sense because they reckon he said he sold $1 million worth on the first day. So that's 100 people. And if you worked it all out mathematically and said, well, let's say 100 people all had $50,000, and on average they used $200. So if you got your 50,000,
actually, now that I think about it, I don't think the people were whitelisted until the 15th.
Right. So where do all these? Hold it a minute. So where's all these transactions come from that I'm looking at the moment?
Well, I know that big peak there has been on there for a long time, so I'm assuming that's where all the trainers were doing it, however many there are.
Yeah. So
I have no idea. It just gets really confusing, and it kind of attacks my cool sense when people get really excited when a transaction goes through and they made $1.27.
I mean, that's an elephant noise right there. You can't hear it because you've got deaf. But yeah, I agree. I just think this is, I mean, I don't care. If this even gives somebody a cent every time you do a transactions, they feel they've actually got a product that they can get people to now sell. They will go to people who don't know anything. They've got something that sounds good, and they'll say you can get in quick and you'll get $3 million worth of money to trade with. But you need to fork out $10,000 to be part of the beta testing. Here's some tokens to play with. And in the meantime, by the 1st of March, I reckon this platform will fall over because they're talking about making it automated. I think there's a reason why they're not automated it now. I think it would be too many server requests. Maybe the companies that they're connecting to will ban their IP address. You know, this IP address that runs this platform right now has been flagged as malicious. And this is running from India.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the whole concept of a flash loan actually sounds weird that you'd actually be allowed to do that, but I suppose there's nothing necessarily wrong. I don't know. I did think, interestingly, the other day, I don't know if you saw where a person asked whether or not the charge for a flash loan is interest, because if it is, then in Islam you're not allowed to pay interest.
Oh,
yeah, and somebody said it was a service fee, or they thought it was a service fee, but then again you think, well, that's a service fee for having access to the equivalent of money, isn't it?
Don't think they're. Susie's got another couple of comments in there.
She says, because Shavi Baby knows that the little people that only buy a $500 subscription, which are actually the ones that keep the platform going, will blow their flash loans in 5 trades. Yeah. He won't get their money back, and he will lose them in buying another license. And the interesting thing there is that a lot of these people are going to be buying a license now, if they haven't already done so. They're going to go through the trial period playing with a small fraction of the flash loans available, supposedly, when it goes live March 1st. That's a long period of time where somebody else has got your money before you have an opportunity to get it back.
Yeah. There's some other real fundamentals too. I mean, they created some urgency around buying the $27,000 nodes, and then they told everyone they were only going to release 30 of them, and then they said 300 of them, and then they extended the time that people had to buy the nodes, and then they confessed up and said that they have sold 100 nodes and they've got 200 left to sell. So I'm thinking, well, what was the urgency? It was all about pushing people in to buy these. And not only that, just before you said there's only one node connected. So $2.7 million have gone into people purchasing nodes, and no one's talking about the elephant in the room is their nodes aren't connected to anything. So no one's getting their return on their investment, and they've been told to wait. Is that right?
Yeah, well, like, perhaps they're connected elsewhere. Like, I don't actually understand the blockchain enough to know how this actually works. Like, maybe they're operating somewhere else. The question that I had is that, you know, are there any nefarious things that can happen on a blockchain? And if you were operating a node, would you be liable for any of that? I have no idea. But yeah, that appears to be that all those nodes that are on noding.
Yeah. So then the other side of it, they've just rinsed and repeat the sale process because they've told people that they can buy the $10,000 We Are All Satoshi Boomerang packages. And they've basically said there's only one package available and everyone had to rush out and buy it. And now they've come back and after they've got all the people who can afford, theoretically, to buy the $10,000 packages, they've now said, well, what we've decided to do is now sell $5,000, $3,000, $1,500 packages so they can go for another round of sales. And I think Crypto G tracked $7.2 million has been sucked off the platform and moved into a dormant wallet that was created over 700 days ago that looks like it's all linked to Hyperverse accounts.
Yeah, it's like there are so many things that happen and seems to change that it makes you second guess whether or not you actually heard it right the first time. Because I thought that unless you bought a $10,000 license, you couldn't take part in the beta testing. And then, you can buy any license to take part in it. Of course, you're not going to get as much, of course, but yeah, so it is actually really confusing. But
what about the vault?
The one thing that I want to say about the boomerang is that on my totally amateur calculations,
okay,
I think I worked out
it's not going to come back.
0.7% is swallowed up with a platform fee, flash loan, service fee or whatever it is, gas fees and license fees. So if you were getting 1%, then you're actually profiting about 0.3. So that was my rough calculation. You might want to do that for yourself, work out. And of course, I can't actually totally remember now whether that's at 200x or 300x on a flash loan. So, there is a big chunk that you don't get.
Yeah. So we're talking milk money, aren't we?
Well, I don't know. Like, I think we're talking, you can't extrapolate that $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $100,000 trade arbitrage is possible if you can't see it.
Well, what my other scenario, if this is so bloody good, why would you squawk about it and tell everyone about it? Why wouldn't you hire a team of people in an office and set them all up on their computers and tell them to work like a beaver? Because theoretically, it's all set up ready. There's some over this platform is all going to fall over on the 1st of March, just like all the bridge isn't working. And they're going to come up with some stupid excuses. We introduced more AI and it's crashed it. And now we're going to put you on the waiting game like they always do. And they're going to say to you, we're working at it, just like he's building the bridge. I mean, would you be releasing new software and releasing new products when you have a major problem with the bridge?
Well, apparently, I'm not actually prepared to make any predictions now because this thing keeps on surprising me that it keeps on going. But
well, I'm much the same. I said the 10th of December. I think Crypto G said something about on the 16th that we're going to open it up. He did actually manage to get a couple of withdrawals out, which was quite surprising. And then he got 3 out and had 2 failures. I think he hasn't been quite clear on that yet, but odd.
Yeah, it is. And of course, I can't even remember when this was now, but about the vault, the money's been moved out of the vault, yet having it in the vault was supposed to be the proof reserve and the backup thing.
Yeah, but that's a good point. The money supposedly was in there to move. This is all hypothetical. There's no proof that it actually has gone into the bank that they're talking about.
Yeah, well, that was going to be shown. That's what I thought, that there was going to be some certificate from the bank that was going to be shown. And, of course, having made that statement, you'd think you would throw that out there so that, any speculation is put to rest. But that hasn't been done.
People obviously aren't worried about the $4.2 million and the 159 Bitcoins that's in the vault. I mean, maybe they just don't care and it's not really a big concern.
Yeah, I don't get it. And I heard that apparently it was moved because someone else who used to run the scheme had access to it. Whether
that would be Thami Lee.
True or not. But yeah, so there's no audit shown for the vault. There's no bank certificate shown for the vault having been moved into a bank and what the interest rate actually is. And there's no audit for the bridge that's been shown. And the other thing that just actually crossed my mind earlier was the interest being paid from a bank, you would assume, is actually either in fiat currency or it's in Bitcoin itself, I would have thought. Yet, I don't think the people that are getting the dividends are getting paid in the same currency that the bank are paying the interest out. Or at least it doesn't appear to be. And 36% interest per annum, what bank pays that?
Well, a bank that's got 26% of bad reviews on Trustpilot, because on Trustpilot it's quite good actually, because you can buy reviews, but I don't think people who buy the reviews are buying bad reviews. So you've got 26 people, well, I think you've got 30 people that's wrote bad reviews about their experience, claiming it's a friggin' scam. You know? Yeah.
And you brought up blockchain IQ, and that brings me on to my last point, and that is that we had that presentation with the Board of Trustees where there was a big celebration and I can't remember it all of it. But I think, wasn't on that Board of Trustees, wasn't that where they announced the interest from the proof of reserve?
Yeah, well, my take on that, I spoke to Gobi directly, and he told me to hold fire, trust him, even put his 11-year-old daughter on his knee and told him to tell me that Daddy knows that Sam Lee's a scammer. I said, thanks for that. But he said that they were literally trying to get Chavis to liquidate the Vault Horizon so that they could distribute the money back to his community so that his community wouldn't be out of pocket, because he realizes that this is over. And then he went away, and then he started promoting this Ultra, whatever thing was it called, Alpha Union. And so, so in Business IQ, they said they wouldn't push any Ponzi schemes at people. It was just simply help people get their wallet addresses in order. And then I found them on another Zoom promoting another product that was a Ponzi scheme where they lock up your money for 4 months. And it just doesn't make sense. And then I got a voice recording, which I put on my site, of him basically saying that he wrote a voice message to corporate, well, the leaders, telling them that they shouldn't be releasing this boomerang thing when they've got people, they've got people who are owed money. And in that voice recording, he also mentioned that he had a few ticket numbers of his own that weren't paid out. And he was, telling them that they've had one for $100 not paid out, and they've had another one for $1,000. Oh, they've had a small one paid out for $100 and a large one for $1,000 of someone, and they haven't paid out. And he's sort of like querying them about it. Like, it's kind of like I can go to the back office, tell them my ticket number of the people that need to get paid to shut them up, like Nora, and they will pay out those people normally. That seemed, the way he was talking, it seemed like, that's what they was doing. And that was quite eye-watering, to be honest.
I watch it. I get quite intrigued and fascinated, to be honest, watching, because I can't work it out at all. But I just would have thought that if you get any big questions, that there was transparency, and you just, like you'd arrive on a meeting and say, okay, there's been people asking about this or this, or even before people start asking, and say, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this, and this is why we're going to do it. Or, after the fact, we did this, and this is why we did it. Yeah, I don't know, but it is quite fascinating. I reckon in a few years from now, this will be a movie, and or it'll be a very long-running soap opera.
Yeah, well, somebody was pleading with me today I should go talk to Netflix about what's happening with the Bitcoin Rodney stuff, and I said, all in good time. But this is interesting enough. This is going to be old news now. Susie's just put an interesting link in the chat room. But if you want to go to that video there and listen to Gobi pleading with whoever it is, check out the link in the chat room. If you're watching the rerun, just go and switch the chat box over, but you can hear Gobi in here pleading with management to release the funds from We Are All Satoshi before they start a new one. The new domain name was the new was domain is out. So why do they need?
Here we have breaking news.
So we hear it here first.
Yeah, mate.
So why have a new domain name? So
they're advertising their validators.
So this will go straight to WAS. This will go straight to everyone I know, and you'll see. So he would have panicked at this. He would have thought, shit, what excuse am I going to tell people that we need a new domain name? Why can we still use the name WAS when we've got that? They think if they change the name, this is the splash screen, mate. I can't move it. There's nothing to move here at the moment. I'm just trying, that one there. Oh, get that? See what they've done? This here looks like you click here, nothing. I go up here and it changes, so I can click that down. Who's going to figure that out with their IQ of their customers? You know what I'm saying? If I have,
Is this exactly like a clone of their previous website or not?
I think it looks pretty much the same, but that box that's popped up, yeah, it looks identical. I haven't seen that box before, but they probably change. So why have they got a new domain name? And why don't we just have a wee look and see when that domain name was registered? Because if it's registered today, they've done a recovery plan. So if I went first domains, I don't know if I can pick it up on this domain name, but I probably have to go who is, and then put that domain name in there and just see if it comes up in the meantime. I will go here, register. It's just a domain name register I'm familiar with. Because normally they do tell you when it was registered, but if it was registered like 2 weeks ago, they've thought about it, but if it was registered 5 hours ago, then it would seem quite shady. And I don't know if I can actually look up those domain names on this registrar. Unavailable, so I can. So what I'd be interested to see now is who owns this domain name. It won't show me the details. We might have to do some other clever stuff, and I'm not really au fait with this, but I do know it a little bit. Who is information? Let me guess. Google's going to ask me to prove I'm not a robot. I am a robot. I'm not a robot. The capture. Where's the freaking capture information?
I'm slow.
I know, it's awful, isn't it? You need, what I've been told is I need another computer, and I do all my clever stuff, all my streaming on that computer, and then I use software like I'm using on my cell phone to stream them onto the screen. So I just killed that. What I'm going to do is just going to go back to here and do this one. Oh, Susie, have you got the link? Oh, it was created today. Oh my God, they might have had, we want to find out whether the old domain has been taken off them or closed down, because it seems like, oh, that one there, thank you. You're awesome. You're really IT, aren't you? You're better than us. We need you in here with a...
Why would it be removed off them?
Well, they literally, a government organisation could have said they're running a scam, shut their domain down, because they do that. So this is quite massive. That the fact that this isn't like, oh, we upgraded the website and we've got a new domain name. This is like, we've had our website taken from us. Let's set it up again on a different domain name and let them go through the whole process again. So if you go to we.global, that website's offline. but they've rebranded themselves. So what have we got? Registry date. So I can't find out anything about the domain name really. But we can see it's on Cloudflare, and from memory, I'm pretty sure it was Cloudflare last time. So that I may be wrong on that.
Registering in Arizona, US.
How did you see that?
Oh, I'm looking at it.
Oh, right. GoDaddy. I think it did have something. So I'd love to find out whether this
is redacted.
Yeah.
And I don't even know that Arizona, US, would that be?
No, that's to do with the GoDaddy's details.
Yeah.
So they're hosting the domain name. If something went wrong, you'd go to GoDaddy and complain, and they would do something about their customer being naughty.
Yeah, no, that's right.
So the one that you want to look at is this. No, it's not. You want to look at who the registrar is. But I think this is where they could clean up a lot of stuff and made it that people have to put their address. I know they do that with the ICANN stuff. I've got a .com, dehec.com. And for example, if I put my domain name in there, excuse me, it won't tell you my home address or anything, but it will actually give you a lot more information. And if you were looking up so it tells you who I'm hosted it with, first domains, I don't know, individual, retracted. Oh, there you go. I do have privacy. But that might be first domains that's hiding their identity. If you've got a problem with anything I'm doing, you go to that domain. But I've actually got less information on here about my domain than they have. So I must have screwed it down a little bit. There's nothing, but it does tell you that that's been registered since 2000. So I've had that domain name for 23 years now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But when you go to a website, and literally, like if we go, We Are All Satoshi in a search engine, you know what we're going to find? We're going to find a link to their old website that has been taken offline. So now we want to do a wee bit of a test. So first of all, their YouTube channel, look, their website used to come up here, and now you've got two lots of YouTube coming up, and you've got the state of California's cease and desist, and now you've got their Instagram. So all these here are the Instagram accounts.
Is that their old website there, the We Are All Satoshi.ai?
No, that's their Instagram. Oh, yes, sorry, yep. So now we go there. Now this, if I'm wrong, which I could be, when you click on that domain name should redirect to their new domain name if, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you have that domain name redirect to a new one if you're in control of that domain name? So at the moment, it may not have had time to do so, but something's gone down majorly. If you go to their social media, so this page isn't available. So they've had their own Instagram taken offline. So that's one Instagram, and I'll just check the address is the same. And now we go to their Twitter now. That'll be probably hard. So their Twitter account, that's still active. 1,500 followers from a company that theoretically has 100,000 people is one thing I'd be looking at straight away.
And that got more than me.
Yeah, I think I've got more than them. I think...
my camera keeps going in and out of focus.
Oh, don't go blurry on me. But what have we got in the box there? Hey, Crypto Buddha's here. Watch your mouth, Crypto Buddha. Oh, no, that's not Crypto Buddha. What's that, Crypto Mac? Have you heard what he says sometimes? He's worse than I am. He's got no filter. But I'll get you mixed up.
Mr. Crypto Buddha there says still no bridge to get USDT out of WAS first.
Look, I've got nearly 3,000 followers.
The 16th in January 18th, but nothing so far.
So We Are All Satoshi has 100,000 members. I have myself and I have 3,000 followers on my Twitter. You know?
Have you really?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Thank you very much. Hey, this one here, this is, I'm getting distracted, but this here is Ryan Jew. Somebody's trying to tell us where Ryan Jew is. So this is a Twitter account, which I'll stick in the window. If anyone wants to help us find Ryan Jew, he's worth about $3 million. And if he gets brought into America, 30% of that money is a finder fee. So you'd be an instant billionaire. I heard of a guy that got paid over $170 million because he helped bring in someone that was a a criminal, and they collected the money, and he got 30% of it. And that's if you bring in somebody in America, they give you the IRS give you 30% of it. It's in their paperwork. It's quite interesting. But these are I'm getting a bit distracted. But in here, these are all the boys that are drinking with Ryan Jew in his house in California, and they're dropping all these hints on where he is. You know, and some of it's old stuff, some of it's not that old. Oh my God, this is meant to be his kids. You know, he's got 5 kids to 5 different women, so I've been told. I don't know whether it's true or not. But this whole Twitter account is dropping major hints of all his crypto transactions. You know, and there's photos coming out every day. It's just really fascinates me. Both myself and Sarah and a few other people have been just watching this. You know, like this is all today stuff. This was 19 hours ago. Photos of Ryan Jew I've never seen. And even today I found the Chinese account of his. And I'll mark my words now, I think this has all got something to do with OpenSeas, the NFT platform, because I've just tracked some really interesting stuff. So I'll just chuck that link in the chat room. If you're watching the rerun, go into the live chat room and you can find the link to this very interesting Twitter account, which is posting a whole ton of photos of Ryan Jew. I don't unfortunately know how, but we did reverse look up. We saw Sam Lee holding up a check for $200 million, giving it to some other Ponzi scheme. And then we did a reverse image lookup on the check. And we found that it was given away back in 2020. So everything seems to have stopped back in 2020. But don't, you know, like I'm getting tagged in all these. This is the house that is in California where the person that's created this is telling us that he's living in California, but surely they would have sent a police car around to have a wee look at that, wouldn't they, eh? But, yeah.
Who would know? Just in the chat room, Susie has said that the WAS withdrawal wallet only has $52 of USDT in it right now. So what do you mean by the WAS withdrawal?
Can you give us the links? Oh, she's good. Oh, she's too good. You're really cool, man. I think she likes us. I think she likes us both, Rob.
Out of the wallet.
Hey, Susie, who do you like most, Rob or Danny? Yeah. She better say me, I can kick her out.
There have been no transactions in or out of the wallet in the last 12 hours.
You're blurry.
One of the active withdrawal wallets.
You're blurry, Rob. You're blurry faced.
Yeah, why does it do that?
It's not focusing on your microphone, is it? Move your microphone just out of shot, perhaps. Because your microphone's... What do you sound like now?
Does that?
No, it's useless. Put your microphone back in shot. Put it right in front of your face then. Maybe that's why those other YouTubers do it. So what's this? Did it just go up a few minutes ago to 101,152? Do we click on transfers, do we? Oh, you've done that already. Out. Look at that. Where's that going? 14 hours ago. Are they paying people or is they taking the money out? That's encouraging. Everything's out. Is that because I've selected the outs, or is that because there's only one way the money's going? Here we go. Read the words, mate. That is one of the active withdrawal wallets if you want to track it. I'm not good at tracking it. You're both great. Oh, that's nice. Oh, Yvonne would be so nice to hear that.
Puzzles.
I like puzzles.
Yeah. Yeah, that one, all right.
Mm.
So is that meaning that the bridge is open or what?
I think the air bridge is open and they're stealing all the money. That's my take on it. Is that a good analogy, Susie? It's pretty amazing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't really understand. I try to comment on what...
Look at this. $4,500. Oh, so that's in. Somebody bought half a miner. Somebody bought half a node. Somebody bought half a... I mean, yeah. And look at the money that's going out. Does this look like a multi-million-dollar company making millions? $39, $12, $150. This looks like my bank account, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's all small figures, isn't it? But this is people taking out their daily reward, I presume. Give us some more education. Nothing automated. Manual processing transactions. Well, how do you figure that shit out? How do you know that's manual? Isn't that clever? So people are doing this manually, trying to clear the backlog with the money that they've scammed from collecting money from the boomerang. People will think we're mental if they didn't know the whole story. Is that what I'm hearing?
They might think that anyway, Danny.
I wouldn't be surprised. But are we seeing how much money is in the wallet here? Is that all they have to play with to transfer it out? Is that right? Yeah. All right, Rob. So are we done doing all the screens, you reckon?
I think we're done. We're done. So yeah.
I'm going to bring us back to
highlight a few obvious questions for people.
Well, what I thought we'd do is we'd take this out of screen share and we'll go back to podcast mode. If I click the buttons at the same time, we'll be pretty smooth. So stop screen share. Look at that. So now we're on a big screen and people can see that you actually look pretty good on camera today because that's a nice looking image. It's taken years for Rob and I to figure out how to look good on camera.
I don't think we've done it yet.
Well, we're getting close. I mean, you know, what we do, this is the moment. So I'm going to, so we're going to do, new domain, and it was waas.network, wasn't it? So I'll just put that in there and I'll put the timestamp in at that one. I'll say that happened 10 minutes ago. And now we're going to do a summary. Are you still going to the gym, Rob?
I am.
Jesus Christ.
At 1:23 a.m. No, well, I've got to go every day.
Well, it's tomorrow, but I don't want to rain on your parade.
So I'm not doing any more of these.
All right. Yeah, well, you said that before.
It's not on We Are All Satoshi.
All right, so we're doing the summary. So in summary, we've done this for an hour, 51 and 40 seconds to be exact. We've got 10 people in the chat room right now. We've got Susie find us information. USDT value is only 52.98. You see Tron, USD, etc. Look at the coins on the right-hand side, which we're not doing now because we've shut down the window. Sorry about that. But it's not big money we see being transferred. And to me, it just hurts my head. But I don't think we're going to wake up in the morning and go into a We Are All Satoshi meeting and have a whole lot of people going, oh my God, I thought it was a scam. Now I have total relief that I managed to get my $13, my $50, my $70, my $150, and it's not a scam. I'm sure these people got bigger money than that. You know.
Yeah, I think it is a shame. Like, if I was involved, I'd get really frustrated that I can't ask those questions because for me, like, I would just want to know. There's supposed to be transparency. So it'd be really nice if the transparency happened. We hope there's nothing untoward. But just, like to say, so where is the audit of the bridge? Where's the audit of the proof of reserve? Where's the bank certificate that was promised? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And allow those people who have got questions to actually get their stuff resolved ASAP, because that must be really super frustrating, particularly if it involves quite a lot of money.
Okay, Crypto Buddha's waiting for about $1,000. Yeah, Crypto G got a couple of grand out of it in one transaction, so they did pay something in those numbers.
Okay. Have you tried to withdraw the money? Like when it says that the bridge is closed, does that just not allow that to go through, or does it say that it's always pending? Or
Carl said there's nothing wrong with the bridge. He insinuated it was more to do with liquidity. And that when they get more liquidity in with Boomerang, they'll probably start paying people out. But they didn't. They just took $7.2 million out of the platform and put it onto Binance hot wallet. Just saying, I could be wrong. But hey, I have been tracking over 20 of these Ponzi schemes associated with this one, and they're all linked together. And there seems to be a pattern here. They trickle a little bit of money into your pocket, and then they just take all the money. And then they come up with a new idea. What do you think their new idea is going to be, Rob? What's the new website excuse tomorrow? What are they going to say to people? We decided.
I
know it.
I give up.
I know what they're going to do, Rob. Jarvis is going to be there in the morning, and he'll be there because he'll have to address the nation, and he will say, I've got some exciting news. I've got some exciting news. We've launched a new website that looks exactly the same as the other website, and you can go to waas.network. Isn't it shorter? And people go, but I'm used to going to the other website. And they go, oh, no, we did away with that domain name because we've got such a good relationship with the search engine companies. We decided just to throw it into the bin.
It is quite bizarre that you would change your website and not tell people beforehand that that was happening, isn't it?
Well, did you know that Starbucks.com did exactly the same thing?
Really?
Yeah, you go to Starbucks.com and they've decided just to call it Star. And then they deleted the old domain name because it was no use keeping the old domain name. Of course they didn't, Rob. But imagine a normal company like Microsoft. We decided we're going to call ourselves MS instead of Microsoft. And
Apple changed it to App.
Yeah. And also, if anyone does anything about internet marketing, there's a reason why I have dissecting.com. .com is the strongest domain name in the world. And if you're going to go get a .network domain...
I can't work out why they don't all use stuff like that.
Why didn't they have waas.scam as their domain name instead of network? Because that would be more fitting. Hey, call Carl and Shiraz direct. I better not while Rob's here.
Stop encouraging him. Naughty.
Come on, let's do it. Let's ring them up. No, funny.
No.
But this, I mean, what are they going to say in the morning? I bet they're going to say, guess what, guys? We've got ourselves a new domain name because of the stuff happened with Sam. Or is it because, remember they said that they moved the stuff from the vault because someone had access to it still? Are you shitting me? That Sam Lee was so pissed off that he got kicked out that he decided to be a good boy and leave the money in the vault if he had the power to take it out. Bullshit. So now they'll come back and say, oh, Sam had access to the domain name and he was trying to take it off us. Or Danny DeHeck and the Avengers were maliciously trying to hack our website and they got hold of our domain name. Wouldn't that be cool? What excuse are they going to come up with?
I have no idea, but will be interesting. I suppose they'd have to say something about it, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Anyway, Rob, it's 1:30 in the morning. You look tired. You go to the gym. Where's the gym?
I am tired, but I'm still going to the gym.
Excellent. How far away is the gym in the car? Will you run there?
It's about 90 seconds.
Oh, really? Oh, so around there. Is it by the clock tower?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Good stuff. Hey, well, thanks for coming, Rob. It's been awesome having you back on the camera again. I thought I lost you there for a while. I'm going to give you a man hug.
Well, you have lost me. I won't be doing another one of these. But
I'm giving you a man hug. I'm giving you a man hug over the screen. Here we go. I got my... and get your red flag out of the bloody garage. See?
Yeah, mate. I got to find it. It'll be over there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
So it'd be fascinating. Stay tuned for what comes up next. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Yep.
But with something completely different from We Are All Satoshi.
I enjoyed doing another different scam this morning, actually, I must admit. Just keep them talking for a wee while, Rob, because I'm going to change the battery in my camera before you go. And there's now blue lines.
Oh, my goodness. So we cross over to the chat room, and now all of those people that have promoted their WAS links are going to have to change them. Yes.
They will, all the affiliate links. That's brilliant. Yes. But they had a good reason for doing so, and they were left no choice, and it's going to be better going forward. I'm back.
Get some sleep, guys. Fun having my coffee with you.
Good on you.
Our pleasure. He's going to bed, but I'm going also to the gym because I said I signed up the other day, and I can't have a day off on the second day.
All right, mate. You go, and we'll
I won't be there very long.
Yeah, that's right, mate. All right, dude. Catch you later. I've always wondered who goes to the gym late at night like that. Now I know.
Yeah. Right. Bye.
All right, I'm going to do a summary on the summary. All right, see you, mate.
Happy Avengering.
Yep. Thanks, mate. Oh, there you go. There's Rob, the crypto sage. Is that what I called him? Crypto sage of critical thinking. It's absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed that. Now, I will be back in the morning. I don't know if I've got this set up to do a thing. There's Rob. He's still on the screen. I'll just get rid of Rob officially. I'll put myself back officially. Here I am. I just wanted to show you what we're planning to do in the morning. Now, we've got two options. The first option is going to be something interesting. So what I thought I would do, because I've been talking to the men in black in America, they're only really after going after Americans. They're not interested in any other country. However, one of the men in black is going to Australia in March, and they're going to see if there's a possibility that I can help them find some of the criminals that are running these and promoting these Ponzi schemes. And there is a possibility that I could be working in helping, giving in, what am I trying to say? The ATO. There's a chance I could be working with the ATO, which is the Australian Tax Department, and showing them these people who are running these Ponzi scheme, which I'm quite looking forward to. So that's my goal. But in the meantime, what I thought I would do, because I'm talking to the men in black in America that seem to be only really keen at going after Americans, I thought I would set up this one and this one. So we've got two choices for the morning. First of all, I'm going to, in real time, we're going to find 10 of the most notorious Ponzi scheme, multi-level marketing people, and I'm going to find them the names, and we're going to put their faces in here. And I want this to be a video that we'll go back to and have the 10 top targets. So we had some really good stuff. There's like, I'm going to do Bitcoin bosses. That's one thing. And then I'm also going to do the Humphreys. I'm going to do the Satoshi show, and that's going to be David, Troy, and Marcus. Jane Gregory, and I'm going to ask people to help me build the top 10, the top 10 to most wanted people, because I believe now that Bitcoin Rodney has fallen over, that we will basically see more people falling. Now, if you haven't been following the Bitcoin Rodney stuff or Rodney Burton stuff, they've resealed the court documents. Now, I've been told that when they do that, it means a lot of the time there's going to be more arrests. So I want to do a few predictions. I believe Brenda Chunga is going to be the next person arrested. There's another guy called Carl as well, which was heavily promoting Hypernation, Hyperverse, and also Hypercosmos. There's another guy called Alice Mabry. So if you know anyone, not in this chat room really, the chat room's still going crazy, good, well, crazy as they say. So what I'm going to do is build a database of my most top 10. So what I'm doing with that, if you go to my database that I'm providing people access to who are in law enforcement or reporters, anyone wants information, every day I add to my database. So I currently have over 130 people in my database that I'm actually gathering information on. So, for example, Sam Lee, I've got his home address, obviously his phone numbers don't work, but I've got photos of his wedding and just lots of interesting stuff. So what I want to do is go through there and just build a data. It's not going to load. I'm going to build a database. I'm going to continue to build my database, but I'm just going to put 10 of my top most wanted to fall over. So if I do get contact from the Men in Black again, which I do, I had a phone call with them for 45 minutes yesterday. I want to be able to say, hey, here's people that we have information on and we think that they should be stopped. The second one, which is really exciting, which I'm going to have a wee look at in the moment, Sarah Martin, which is the lady, has actually been in contact with Steve-O, the fake CEO, and hopefully there'll be some information I can share with you in the morning. And if not, it'll be the day afterwards. So it's either this one or this one we're going to do tomorrow. So I'm going to go to bed now. It's 1:36. Get some sleep. I've got names for you Yep, cool, excellent. Well, that's going to be awesome. So, different domain, validating your online experience. Get some sleep, guys. Yeah, no, it's cool. So anyway, so that's what we're doing in the morning. So now I'm just going to do something just out of curiosity. I go to the Guardian. Whoops, the Guardian. Here it is. I go to Sarah Martin. You might get a sneak preview, and there's no new article there at the moment, but there may be in 2 hours' time. So if you're trying to find Sarah Martin stuff, have a look at that link. And that is our summary done. So there we go. There was a bit of a sneaky live session with Rob and obviously myself. And it's been nice to have you here in the chat room. I will see you in about 5.5 hours. And when we see that article that I just looked at, we will basically do a video either on the top 10, or we will do a video on the conversation that Sarah had with Stephen Reese Lewis. And we'll do one of those in the morning. I'll probably do 2 lives tomorrow. So that's cool. Right, there you go. That's me. I'm Danny DeHeck, a.k.a. the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I'm here to name and shame anyone running a Ponzi scheme or a scam, running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or scam. This was a stream. We had Crypto Sage of Critical Thinking, Rob Worley, come along, and we had an in-depth look at an update on We Are All Satoshi. So I'm getting a few good nights. The Guardian, that's cool, that's cool. Just make sure the chat room's all good. And we'll see you in our next live. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys and girls. Got to get that right. Got to get things right these days. I'm tired.